Hello everybody, I'm Conquering History Games and welcome back to part 4 of my Burgundy campaign here in Hearts of Iron 4, The New Order. Oh yeah, we need to do some research here, or we did working on the land. Yeah, did I want to do helicopters? I guess I could do them. Maybe, maybe not. Industry stuff, perhaps? Yeah. Okay, am I even building APCs? Oh, this is out of date. I am, but I've only got one factory in there. I just have so few of everything. Okay, means to an end is done, so we can finish this up. I kind of wanted to finish this up in the last episode, but we'll get there now. The Reichsführer SS has a vision for a new world, one where the corrupt have been wiped away and the lesser races have been purged. A world where the Aryan is free to settle as he sees fit, building a new society within the framework of National Socialism. And it is a world forged in the fires of global thermonuclear war. Let me actually look up what this says. Hold on. Okay, give me a second here. Die Enzig Hoffnung translates to the Enzing Hope. Well, shit. A minor setback, pursuant to our current global objectives. Okay, things aren't working. People are getting disillusioned and pissed. Do I have to put more resources in here? Because now it's just going to start hurting me. Events monthly with arms and support equipment, sure. Alright. There, we got a bunch of stuff in there. Invest financially and industrially. Yeah. Okay. Are we better now? Hopefully, maybe. Damn it all! Look at this crap. Look what's happening. Everybody's turning to Charlemagne. I gotta deal with this guy at least. Frozen for a second. So we're short on the APCs, so I guess we'll put the second one in there. Wow, we're making a whole over 4 a week now. Incredible. There, at least now we got more civilian factories up and running. So, let's open Inzig. What does that mean? Is this not a word? I'm not finding it. Huh. What does Inzig mean in English? Or should I say in German? There's Einsen. It looks like, okay, it could mean only or unique. Or lone. So the only hope is what it essentially says. Let's go do this real quick. Global Plan Condor. Nice. Nice. Wow, that is some focus art. Hold on. The Iberian Peninsula has taken the greatness of its original colonization at the hands of the Germanic people and completely thrown it into a vat of decadence, corruption, and vanity, all strewn together into one united, broken land of terror, death, and impurity. The two reigning dictators, Captain General Francisco Franco of the Hispanics and Antonio de Oliveira Salazar of the Portuguese, run each other around in a political circle, broadcasting incompetence towards a broken and traitorous union, having only come together to restrict and disrupt the Vaterland. However, where Francisco and Salazar fail, we shall rise, as the Iberian Peninsula shall become the perfect staging ground for a conflict on all sides as untold death and destruction climbs, whilst the ideals of the Iberians die. Wow. Okay, plight of the Reich. The Reich has for decades stood tall and proud over Europe. Hold on. Let's actually go with making some civilian factories first. Okay. We're a little short on the chromium. What needs the chromium? The improved MBT. Well, that's fine. So, the Reich has for decades stood tall and proud over Europe, maintaining a strong pillar of order and security throughout the continent. And most importantly to the Reich, they maintained the interests of the decadent fat cats in Germania who had corrupted the administration of the Führer. Even the Reichsführer SS, entrusted with the administration of the Ordensstaat, found himself chained and restricted from carrying out the Aryan way by those who would corrupt the National Socialist ideal. Yet the decadent degenerates who... Dang it, that's still too ahead of time. Damn. Yet the decadent degenerates who played in the shadows of Germania began to emerge into the light and attempt to strike one another down. As a result, Germania stumbles and falters as Aryan sons are convinced against one another, called upon to serve for the causes of decrepit old men. However, with the rapid decay in Germany comes a silver lining. The strong pillar that is the Reich has begun to crumble, and the chains that have attached Europe to it begin to grow loose. Plots and plans that were once naught but a pipe dream might soon enter the realm of possibility. Our dreams must be realized. Hold on. Just fixing something in the other monitor. Okay, good. Must be realized. Where was the... France, or rather the rump state still known as France, must be brought to heel once again so that the Ordensstaat may prosper and work towards the Reichsführer SS's plans. Yet, before we march to expand the confines of the Ordensstaat, we must first ensure our loyal local collaborators are as loyal as they seem. To victory. New focus for eliminating domestic foes have been unlocked. Excellent. So we have these here. Then we can eventually begin phase 2. Oh, unpause. Yeah, not liking all this bullshit that I'm dealing with here. What a pity, what a pity. Alright, how's the skilled laborer thing going? Wallonia, we're just letting go. This, though, you get that down, get this up. Alright, we're still keeping the ratio at 2. Simru Gosh wins the Welsh elections. As if it matters, they will be eaten. What was that? Did you guys hear that? Huh. We've got 23 divisions. How many do the French have? Oh, only 5. Yeah, we'll run right over them once the time comes. Especially because there's this demilitarized zone here. I always kind of forget when Hitler dies. It's around November 63, isn't it? Because it's about the same time that Kennedy gets killed. I think. The neutral state of Volguda has declared war on Kostrama. Is that something out here? Kostrama, Kimresto, Volguda. I do not even know. Oh yeah, right here. These two are at war. The authoritarian Democrats versus the conservative Democrats. Of course, it's always fun to check in on what's going on in the Russias, as well as the United States. Nixon's going to get impeached this year. Let's see, the instability of Iberia. Iberia is a bastard state. This is certainly true. Another freaking minor setback. Why did I get involved in the global plans at all? Iberia is a bastard state. This is certainly true of its most recent incarnation as a patchwork of two governments united only by the desire to hold off the influence of the Reich. But it has been this way for a very long time. The peninsula has never known Aryan rule, having been settled by lesser peoples of southern Europe. Greeks, Phoenicians, Lusitanians, and more. All of these people became a stew of new languages and nations, from the savage Moors to the bizarre Basques. And this is to say nothing of their centuries of vile Jewish influence. Altogether, Iberia is a patchwork of inferior peoples that should never have become one unified power. But this is also an opportunity for us. Many of these people, Basque, Catalan, Asturian, Galician, seek independence from the central government. Moreover, the Iberian state occupies a unique position on the world stage. Its economy has been wrecked by the Gibraltar Dam, but it also finds itself in control of the thing. It has a sizable overseas colonial empire. In short, there is a great deal of room to further our ambitions through the strange, impure amalgamation that is the Iberian Union. The Moriscos will fall. The Moriscos. Now that is not a word you hear every day. Let's see. Expand industrial output. Sure. Yeah, it'll chew up our skilled labor reserve, which is kind of what we want to happen. Ay, ay, ay. So we're at our limit there. Come on, put y'all to work. Manufacturing, construction, good, good. Good, good, good. Alright. Oh, sorry, we didn't pick a new thing. Time for the Unternehmen Ludwig. A new investigation to our trustworthy ally will be authorized. Click the button next to our head of government to access it. Unfortunately, our plant in the Reich failed in his task to kill the Führer. However, the botched attempt has proved to us without a doubt that the Reich will not survive the death of Hitler. His health is ailing. It is only a matter of time before he dies and the Reich collapses. While we wait, we have work to do. Madagascar just blew up. Leon Degrelle, leader of the Wallonian Legion, has been acting strange, to say the least. Likewise, the Charlemagne Legion is restless. We should put the collaborators to work. It is time for us to begin drawing up plans for an invasion of France. Once Germany falls into chaos, no one will be able to stop us acquiring more French lands for the Ordensstaat. Alright. Okay, let's get drilling some more troops. You know, we're going to go ahead and close this Condor thing. Ah, the Charlemagne Legion is running wild. What's this? Internal investigations. SS Obergrundführer Adolf Eichmann served the Reich proudly. Hold on a sec. I gotta close something in the other. Served the Reich proudly in his grand detective work of hunting down and destroying the traces of genetic impurity within its lands. This is excuse me, detective. That is one way to put it. So Eichmann is, for those of you who don't know, he was the one who was one of the principal organizers of the Holocaust, worked under Heinrich, and was part of the deportations of Jews, operating the extermination camps and stuff. Ended up getting captured in Argentina in the 60s by Mossad, and then was hanged in Jerusalem following his trial in 1962. He actually was initially captured by the Americans, but he somehow escaped. I'm not sure how that happened. And he's the one who also said the famous, hey, you know, I was just following orders. So, now that he serves the Ordensstaat, however, Eichmann shall serve the Reichsführer SS in destroying a new threat of degeneracy within our borders, the cowardly traitors who hide in the shadows of this land. Fielding the SS Obergruppenführer as the commander of the SS Totenkopfverbande alongside several units of intelligence operatives acting throughout the Ordensstaat will give him every ounce of power he needs to track down the suspicious figures the Reichsführer SS has found and annihilate the threat they present. So we can open investigations. I guess. Wahlweisel, current intelligence 100. Leon Degrelle, fierce Wallonian nationalist, has long been a thorn in our side with his fervent rejection of the concept of a Burgundian culture, but never before has he been so brazen. He and his legion lose Wallonian as their own state within a state, controlling every aspect of life while they lock us out, and then have the gall to stick their thumb out at official legion business. Oh, so it's like a little mini-game. Let's bug his office. We can use a certain amount of intel. I guess let's execute that. We'll report back in 2 weeks, and now we wait. Okay, so this is kind of like the CIA mini-game you can do in the United States in a way. We shall lower Degrelle's suspicion over our operation by a low amount by using new deception techniques in our investigation. Okay, I guess let's do that. I'm gonna need more political power than I thought, actually. The wait. The meeting would take place in a cold, barely furnished basement. God forbid a non-German was sat in a decent meeting room with something a little nicer than a middle folding chair on a bare cement floor with 2 hanging light bulbs. Hold on a sec. I think we want to go to the right, yeah? Or the left, I meant to say, yeah. Okay. He stuck a glance at the other 2 collaborators. His company was as bad as the furnishing. Christian de la Mazière, commander of the Charlemagne Legion, sat to Degrelle's right. His incessant twitching made him appear nervous. Degrelle knew better, though. The man was high on methamphetamines. He could be was as high on methamphetamines as he could be without being oblivious to the world. His bloodshot eyes confirming his suspicions. Straight across was Bert Eriksson, fanatical Flemish leader of the Langemark Legion. All around, an unpleasant asshole. As if to prove Degrelle right, Eriksson continued to stare the Wallonian leader down. If I didn't know better, Bert, I'd say you're trying to woo me like one of your Kaskops. Degrelle shot out suddenly, raising his head and returning the 1,000-yard stare Eriksson had been giving him since he entered. Eriksson rose an eyebrow and blinked, the slur catching him off balance. He sat back in his chair wordlessly and continued to stare. Degrelle mirrored Ericsson's movements. A win was a win. "Hey!" Mazière called out. "Why are we down here if we're supposed to meet with the Reichsführer?" Degrelle shrugged, spitting out and stomping his cigarette. Ericsson shifted his gaze and stared down Mazière. "God, you're so unpleasant, Ericsson. It was just a question." Mazière sighed, leaning back into his chair. Though Degrelle and Ericsson both projected calm, their thoughts said otherwise. If Himmler was meeting them, why the hell were they sitting in this musty basement? For another 5 minutes they idled before the door opened with a screech. A young woman in SS garb strutted in, holding 3 binders. "Gentlemen," she began in perfect German, "the Reichsführer sends his regards." The meaning behind the words was clear. They weren't worth Himmler's time. "You 3 have been given important tasks as outlined here." She dropped the binders in the middle of the table. "The Reichsführer asks that you take a look at the contents after you leave the building at your earliest convenience. That is all." The woman smartly spun around and left, slamming the door behind her. Ericsson and Mazière continued to sit, surprise lined on their faces. Degrelle stood up, scooped up one of the folders, and smartly strolled out the door. It could certainly be worse, all things considered. Okay. What should we try to... We gotta chew up some more of these skilled laborers somehow, but we're running out of political power, although we're still getting almost 2 a day. Oh yeah, now I can do this thing. Yeah, Vollweisel. Current intelligence is 5, we're doing... Yeah, okay. So it looks like Degrelle is the only one we can actually look into right now, unfortunately. Alright, next up, we have the Troublesome Snake. I guess we could keep working on him specifically first. Yeah. The Walloon Division, headed by Leon Degrelle, have been chafing under our rule ever since the Führer granted the SS authority the right to administer the Ordensstaat. These nationalists have been steadfast, even in the face of our authority, for more autonomy and rights for their people living in the north of the Staat in what was Belgium. Their fervent nationalism, while commendable, has no place in the Ordensstaat. We must keep them in check and busy doing our bidding, lest they forget their place under our rule. Another setback. Jesus Christ, what the fuck are we supposed to do? There it is. Unexpected setback. They weren't able to properly investigate this guy either. Let's jack it up, baby. All the way. There, we just used a butt ton of intelligence. But it's frustrating, what can I say? Invents politically, financially. There, I've got everything going. I don't know what else I could do except for spending political power stuff, but we're already kind of spending it every month anyway. How incredibly annoying and frustrating. Yeah, this Degrelle click could be a problem. Okay, Troublesome Snake is done. Fleshing out the snake. And last but not least, the results of our initial probes. That sentence sent sparks throughout the room. A couple ministers gave each other looks of pure terror. What probes? One of them? Oh, cool. We did this successfully this time. Something with unruly slaves? Was someone's head about to roll? The Reichsführer didn't bat an eye. Ah, excellent. Himmler motioned for the man to proceed. Yes, it seems your suspicions were correct. The room was silent except for the Reichsführer's secretary, who was taking notes. For a second, all that was heard in the room was the fanatic typing of a typewriter. The Wallonian Division has indeed been acting in a manner unbefitting their status. The division as a whole is almost all concentrated in their home region, even with the impending invasion at hand. They've been requisitioning a curious amount of firearms and supplies, much more needed than what their numbers require, while not outright illegal or traitorous. It does raise suspicion. Likewise, the Degrelle's staff have become distant from our chain of command. Insubordination over petty matters has increased dramatically. They become more and more resistant to Aryan officers by the day, although they conduct themselves acceptably in front of our subjects. All in all, their behavior in open dissent suggests more than what we've uncovered in our initial probes. The whole division may be compromised. The Reichsführer nodded his head slowly. Their nationalism will be their undoing. A shame. Many of those men are hardened soldiers. He sighed. The rest of the men sitting in on these meets wore expressions of shock. How can an entire division have the gall to tempt fate and go against the entire Staat? Proceed with the investigation, Himmler finished. Find out how deep their treachery is rooted. Degrelle is likely a traitor. If any sign of open treachery is discovered, arrest him and kill him. Find out who is compromised in the division. Any dissent is to be rooted out and dealt with. The Reichsfuhrer abruptly stood up and stalked to the door. He stopped at the exit and about-faced. I leave this matter in your hands. He spoke to no one in particular. The whole room would be accountable, and they knew it. Do not let me down. Degrelle treads a very fine line. Keep our enemies close. Monthly intelligence gain will go up. Nice. Out of all... Wait, hold on. Hold on, yeah, sorry, I was just doing... Okay. Now. Keep our enemies close. Out of all of our collaborators, Degrelle is by far the most troublesome and dangerous of our subordinates. As we continue to investigate the Walloon Division's activities, it would be useful for us to find ways of keeping the officers close at hand in Paris to keep them under close observation. Training exercises, planning for the invasion and occupation of new territories, schematics for building new labor camps, whatever. Let's keep these rowdy degenerates close at hands. More setbacks. I'm getting so mad now. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I really, really don't. I think we're about to cancel this Condor thing, because I just don't understand it. Oh, I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. What's going on? Ah! Ah! There we go. We have some other decisions available. Okay, we can enhance the surveillance techniques. This will lower suspicion, be unlocked, or laying off for now will increase Walloon's loyalty and decrease his suspicion. Let's bide our time. I don't like either of these options, though. Now is not the time to purge willing collaborators in our ranks. Though we know for certain Degrelle is a traitor who is not only disloyal but willing to put a dagger in our backs, we cannot afford to kill him yet. The Wallonian division, and by extension the Wallonian people, heed Degrelle's word. Without him as this de facto figurehead of the Belgian people, we will not be able to exert as much influence in the region as we do now. We may not like Degrelle, but he gets work done in the rowdy north, and without him, we may very well face an armed insurrection. His time will come, just not yet. In the meantime, it will be business as usual. So yeah, Langmark and Degrelle. These are the ones that are going to be tricky. Not Degrelle, Langmark and Charlemagne. Dealing with those two groups will be the issue. Gosh, sorry for the yawn. My apologies. Oh, Caesar, what is it? What is it, boy? At least we're keeping up in terms of, like, yeah, we got plenty of infantry equipment to keep sending it out every month and stuff. We're getting less than a point of political power a day, though, right now. Minor setback once more. This is getting very frustrating. Magadan and Amour are at war. Huh. Okay. Time to work on the other side. Dangle the carrot. The Ordensstaat employs 3 native SS divisions to further the Reichsfuhrer's ultimate goal. Though these men are not Aryans, they are useful collaborators who help keep the locals in their place, so to speak. The Charlemagne and Langemark divisions have become restless as of late, while Degrelle's Walloon division sulks in the north. It's time to get the collaborators to pull their weight and get to work. We will call the officers of these divisions back to Paris to begin in-depth planning for the invasion of France. Alright. Dang it. Are we supposed to maybe come down here and keep working on other stuff? Morocco, a flame, dig up the past. This is going to take months and months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like half a year of stuff down here. I want to get to phase 2. Find out what that's about. Let's see. Improved intelligence gathering techniques. Investing more into this operation. Huh. What is this? Unusual behavior. Recently there have been... Hold on. Come on. Recently there have been rumors and whispers of Degrelle acting strangely, always seemingly missing or occupied with some other business. Recently obtained minute reports seem to suggest nothing is actually being done in the Legion as Degrelle and his commanders disappear mid-session, never to rejoin. We have 3 options to look into this development. We have 25 current intelligence. Let's plant a tracking device. 50-50 chance. It's probably make or break right here. Huh. Invest monthly. No, I'd rather spend that on still trying to curb Charlemagne. Meow, meow, meow. She's your meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Oh, what's wrong? I'm gonna get here. I'll feed you in a minute here, Caesar. Soon. After I'm done recording. 4 more minutes, Caesar, okay? Oh, sorry, we're paused. Alright, so then this is going to take 21 days, 28 days, 28 days, 35 days. So you figure these together, that's like 2 months average, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll be, at around November 63. So I think if things are being timed correctly, minor setback again. Ah! Hate this. I really, really do. The German Civil War, I think, is going to happen. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure it's in late 63 that Hitler dies. So we'll be done with this before then. We are not fools. Wait a minute. Midnight approaching. Ericsson was going to kill someone. Maziere, high and talkative, continued what can only be described as word vomit. Many of his sentences didn't even make sense. Ericsson would have thought the man was mad, talking to himself. He didn't make pauses for Ericsson to continue. Nice, successful investigation. We've got the tracking device on there. If one could call answering yeah or okay contributing to a discussion on race theory. Ericsson leaned back on the leather chair and took in the scene. At least the conference room wasn't tucked away in a dark basement. Nice wood table, leather chairs. He leaned back further into the chair. Yep, this is how a proper SS man should be treated. As Maziere continued to babble, the door to the room swung wide open and the Reichsfuhrer strolled in, his presence dominating the room. Heinrich Himmler simply strode in, the two men quickly snapping to attention. Himmler ignored them and took a seat at the head of the table, the others quickly following. The Reichsfuhrer had nothing on him other than the clothes on his back. Documents, binders, paperwork, or maps. Strange, Ericsson thought. Do you know why you're here? The Reichsfuhrer cut in, his voice slicing the silence like a knife. Both men shook their heads while Maziere babbled something to the effects of no. Himmler gave Maziere a look, shutting him up. You are both here so I could tell the next phase of the plan in person. Himmler paused and glanced at the two men. The invasion of France. Maziere's throat lit up for a moment as if his words were caught in his throat, then... This is an honor for all nationalistic Frenchmen. I am honored for you to tell me, us, this in person, and you will not regret... As Maziere began to bootlick the Reichsfuhrer and Ericsson shared a look, his glare made Ericsson's blood run cold before he turned away to address the babbling man. Maziere, enough! The French collaborator stopped in mid-sentence, mouth agape. His expression turned from joy to fear, the realization that he had said too much out of turn finally hitting him. Himmler pointedly ignored his stupid expression and continued. You will both receive your orders and details shortly from my staff, that is all. Himmler leaned back into his chair, motioning at the door, dismissing the two men. Finally, the time for action draws near, so that slightly raises their loyalty. And you know what, they have been loyal, I'll give them that. Alright. What are we doing now? Oh, she's your meow, meow, meow. Meow. He's going, what did you say about my mother? Okay. Oh yeah, so the loyal dogs thing, service to the Reichsfuhrer should be rewarded to encourage further cooperation as well as to increase their effectiveness. Now, in a minute here, we'll be able to do some more marching orders things. Once I have enough command power, it's going to take a day or two. One more day, I think. We're only getting half a point a day, actually, so it might take 2. Huh. Come on! There we go. Alright, we need to pick our new thing. So looking over the walls, land fort construction speed increases. Who cares about that? Another damn minor setback. Alright, looking over the walls, then we'll call it a day. The security of the Ordensstaat is of utmost importance. Enemies from within and out, without and in, scan for any weakness. Our points... Wait, what was it? Any points where a spy can infiltrate our borders needs to be reinforced and garrisoned. For this purpose, we can make use of the many fortifications the French built before the days of our great victory. Putting these to use, we can make our borders nigh impenetrable. No one comes in or out of the Ordensstaat without the Reichsführer's express permission. Alright, so I think that's going to be it for today. Thank you very much for joining me on Conquering History Games. In the next episode, we'll head over to Phase 2, and I might actually just cancel this global plan because it seems to only be hurting me. I'll figure it out, though, when we get there. See you next time. Bye.